It's a tough loss, and Matt and I are close, and he's done such a great job for us, and then you lose him, and it's baseball though, and I know, Rick, you've played enough, and you have key injuries or things like that. As a ball club, you have to move on. You're going to miss the guy tremendously, but the next step is what do we do now? And Caleb, we called him up, and we like some of the things we saw. I like some of the things I saw in spring training, the way he made some adjustments. We changed him a little bit. Matt and I talked to him, Donnie Warner, our minor league catching instructor, and got him to do a few things differently, and he kept doing it. When we called him up, he showed signs that he was continuing that, and he's done a great job for us. So.
I know that one of the things that has stuck out for everybody is how well the catchers are throwing, and especially Caleb Joseph. He seems to have improved himself in that area with the footwork and getting rid of the ball so much. I mean, it's really a lot of fun to watch him throw now.
They've done a really good job. We presented some things to them. They don't have the plus arm. So they've got to make up for it in some quickness and footwork and being in line and getting the ball on its way quickly. And we started working on some things in spring training again, and we used Matt as an example because he's got a great arm and he's a great cheater, a great guy that gets momentum. So we tried to piece together what would be best for each individual because, it's tough to teach everybody exactly the same thing. But, we took little things that they did well and tried to improve on it, and they picked it up very well. And the main thing is getting in line and getting your movement going. So, when you get that exchange, that you're pretty close to getting that ball on its way. And we've made a point as a catching staff that we've talked about. We want to throw people out, but we want to throw out the fast guys. That's one of the goals we've set for ourselves, that we want to throw out the Jacoby Ellsbury's and Hamilton. Tough throw out guy, but we had a bang the other night. If we get to throw on the other side of the bag, it might have been closer. So, that's what you want out of your catching staff is we want to throw out guys that are base stealers, and we'd obviously want to throw out the guys that are supposed to be thrown out, but they take a lot of pride in it, and we set goals for ourselves that we want to shut down running games, and I think we've seen that this year.
It's pretty much been hands-on. I see you out here working with the catchers all the time, in a lot of different areas that you kind of have to address. One of them has been framing pitches. I've noticed how much better they are doing that so far this year.
They've done a great job. We started in spring training. I sat down with the catchers. I sat down with Matt, and we talked about some of the things we wanted to do better. And one of the things was a little bit better presentation on pitches. And you start doing that, and obviously it helps your pitchers. But I think one of the big things, Rick, is that our pitching staff has developed better. I think they've done a much better job of throwing more quality pitches. And as a catcher, when you get more quality pitches, it's easier to, I guess you might call it frame pitches or present pitches to the umpire. If they're spraying the ball a lot, it's really tough.
One of the things that is really the hardest to adjust to once you come to the major league is working with that pitching staff. And that pitcher-catcher relationship is so important, and certainly one of the big factors why this staff has gotten better. They've done an excellent job. You have to spend a lot of time talking with them to do that.
Yeah, you do. And, having Matt here has really helped these guys because Matt has such a good relationship with the staff, and the staff was growing with Matt, and now we're starting to see the staff kind of grow on their own a little bit as well. And, but these guys have done a really good job of picking Matt's brain. But I think majority of the credit has to go to our pitching coach and Dominic in the bullpen. These guys have had a great plan for these guys. They've talked to them. They've talked them through a lot of situations. They talked to them on the bench. They're very well prepared before the game. All of our catchers do a lot of homework. They watch film. They go over the scouting reports. But, there's no book, and that's what we try to teach them. That you can't go to page 7 and say, okay, on this pitch we're going to get this guy out. You've got to have a feel for it, and you've got to read it, and you've got to see it. Dave Wallace has done a great job with these guys, and as a group collectively of, walking them through some things so the situations come up, they feel a little bit more confident about it. And, the guy on the mound has a lot to dictate with it. What he's doing well, that's one of the things we've been preaching, do what they do best, and, we'll make the adjustments from there.